Hi everybody. So in this video I'm going to go over what you will need to do to submit your ePortfolio and your reflective essay for English 110. Now I'm going to start by going to the syllabus just to remind you what these two things are. So if you go to the syllabus and you look here under assignments, you'll see an explanation of the ePortfolio requirement. So students must electronically save their formal writing assignments in Google Drive. These are clean versions, ungraded. So you'll be expected to collect clean versions with no grades or comments of writing that demonstrates all of the learning outcomes for 110. And so these will be the formal assignments that you've submitted along with a reflective essay. So the reflective essay counts as the final exam, okay? And so both of these, okay, here you can see that the reflective essay counts as 10% of your overall grade as part of this larger book project. And the ePortfolio itself has to be submitted in order for students to be able to pass English 110. So both are important. So now I'm going to go down under Unit 3 to Week 15. Okay, so here you'll see that for Tuesday and Thursday we're going to be meeting via Zoom, and we'll be going over your Make and Support a Point assignment. And you'll be accessing this video here, okay? But I want you to note that for the purposes of the ePortfolio and the reflective essay instructions, you can find a link to that assignment, which is where you will submit the reflective essay, or where you will go in to find the assignment instructions that you need for submission by clicking here, okay? So here's the reflective essay and ePortfolio link, okay? So I'm going to go through this with you carefully, and remember, you can find this assignment yourself by getting to it the way that I just showed you, or you can rewatch this video if you have questions. So in order to pass English 110, students need a C or above, and they need to submit a completed portfolio with all the formal assignments. In lieu of a final exam, you're going to write a reflective essay, and you'll be uploading clean, ungraded copies of your 3 formal assignments in class to Google Drive. So I'm going to show you right now how to do that. Okay, so first, finding your ePortfolio in Google Drive. Okay, you can get there by clicking on the link here that says Find Your Google Drive Folder, and you'll see that they're listed by last name. Right? So it's simply a matter of finding your last name. So I'm going to click on Ayana's, and here I am. Once you are in your ePortfolio folder, you can simply right-click, and you can, depending on the format that you have your assignment saved, you can do a file upload if you need to pull it from your computer, if you've submitted as a PDF or a doc, or you can go to Google Docs to find the doc that you want to submit. Remember, these need to be clean, so they wouldn't be the versions that are graded, rather they would be the version that you submitted. You can also, if need be, go into Canvas to find that clean submitted version, which you can save and upload. So I'm going to toggle back and forth here. I'm going to go back just so that you can remember what the formal assignments were from the class that you'll need to upload. The first one is the literacy narrative. The second is the scholarly summary and analysis. The third is the book proposal. And the fourth is the Make and Support a Point assignment, which is what you just completed. So in your folder, you will be uploading each of those 4 assignments, clean versions, and just placing them in your folder. All right, so that's the extent of what you have to do for the ePortfolio. Now, what do you do for the reflective essay? Okay, because the reflective essay is itself a formal assignment, even though it's not one that we're writing together over the semester, It functions as a kind of final exam, so it's something that you'll be working on independently. So within your Google Doc, once you have all of your formal assignments placed there, you'll go in and right-click and you will create a new Google Doc, okay? So you will create and share a new reflective essay, okay, or a new doc that will become your reflective essay. And you can put in your last name, and you can write reflective essay, 110C, something like that to delineate it. And here you are. You are ready to go for the creation of your reflective essay. Might be a good idea once you've created that doc to go in and copy and paste this prompt in so you can remember what's required of you as you're writing. Remember that you need to write a 300 to 500 word essay responding to this prompt. So you can go in and place it here in your created doc. And now that we are where we need to be, we can read the prompt and you can start composing. So let's look at the prompt together. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in just a bit here so we can all see it very well. Okay, so these are the questions that you're going to answer in paragraph form. Okay, to what degree, so we're looking at based on 100%, do you feel you applied yourself as a reader in English 110? To what degree do you feel you applied yourself as a writer in English 110? So you're estimating, doing some self-assessment here based on how motivated you were and how well you applied yourself as both a reader and writer in 110. Please provide clear reasoning for the percentages you selected and offer specific examples to illustrate why you arrived at that number of self-assessment for yourself as both a reader and a writer. Part of this discussion should also include what could you have done differently. And lastly, what have you learned about literacy expectations in college after taking this course? And most importantly, what have you learned about yourself as a student? So it's going to be really important that you tackle each one of these questions pretty carefully because I'm going to be looking to make sure that you respond to each one of them. I suggest 2 to 3 paragraphs on your reading experience, 2 to 3 paragraphs on your writing experience, and maybe 1 or 2 paragraphs addressing the remaining questions. That's the recommended structure for how to approach the reflective essay. So once you finish your essay, when you're all done, you want to, the share settings should be available so that I can go in and access it. So that shouldn't be a problem. And if I can't get in, I will let you know. When you're finished, you're finished. You can simply close out. Everything should be saved. You can always go back into your folder and just double check that the reflective essay is there, along with the other clean copies of the literacy narrative, the scholarly summary and analysis, the book proposal, and the make and support a point assignment. Just so you know, the reflective essay is going to be graded on these points. Clarity, which just is another way of saying how clear is it. Quality of proof, so are you giving me real concrete, genuine examples or reason for why you believe that the percentage you've come up with is accurate. Coherence, can I read and understand what you've written? And credibility, and this has to do with how honest you're being. I've watched you over the course of the semester, and so I want to see really how accurate your self-assessment is and how deeply you are actually soul-searching and thinking about these questions. Remember, if you fail to upload your reflective essay, that is 10% of your overall grade gone. It's one of your formal essays missing, so that's an automatic failure for the course. So you want to double check and make sure that it's there. Also, the ePortfolio. We need to see each of these formal assignments living there, so just make sure that you upload all of those assignments ungraded so that you can move on from 110. Okay? So remember, you have until Thursday, December 15th at noon to upload these assignments and to complete that reflective essay. Once you watch this video, might be a good idea if you have the time to go on in and upload those ungraded versions of your formal assignments just to have that done. So then when you set aside the time to complete the reflective essay, you will just have one task ahead of you at that point, which would be to create the doc, copy over the prompt, and pen that essay. So I'm going to go back now to home, and I'm going to show you again. Under Unit 3, here's week 15. So this is what we're working on this week, last week of classes. The ePortfolio plus reflective essay is where you can find this assignment. And then once you go in, all you'll do after you finish everything is submit your link to your Google folder. That's it, okay? So once I see that you've submitted a link to your Google folder, right, which is what you'll put here on this assignment, I'll know that you're finished and I know that I can go in and I can have a look. Otherwise, I'll wait until December 15th to go in to double check to see if it's there. Okay, so that would be how you signal to me that you're finished, by submitting that website URL to your Google folder in this assignment page. Okay, so your instructions are available here, and this link is where you will go to drop your link to your Google folder once you have everything uploaded and you have that reflective essay complete. If you have any questions about this process, you can let me know during our conferences, whether it's Tuesday or Thursday, and I'll be glad to walk through the process with you again then. Thank you.